Hello. Welcome back to Smallville Retrospective. I'm Scotty. You're not. We're looking at the episode Hypnotic. An episode that refused to end. My God, it felt like this episode went on and on forever towards the end. It was like the Lord of the Rings, Return of the King of Endings on here. Jesus Christ. What do you think it should end? There's another scene. Okay, then that's the end. There's another scene. And then this scene goes on what seems like forever. It's only a couple minutes, but it seems like, good God. In an episode that was just meh to begin with, because the B plot is really what moves the story forward when it comes to the bigger picture of the season. And then you have the final straw between Clark and Lana, which there's a lot of people that hate Lana-centric stories because they know Lana's not the one for Clark. It's going to end up getting with Lois. Now, you know me, I've been the Lois hater. But seeing the way they've handled Clark and Lana's relationship, especially this go around, is just like, man. And the writer's insistence on, like, I mentioned in my last review, they kind of went back on what they said when they had Victor Stone and his girlfriend, or maybe if you told him, if you know, if you just told her, and like, yeah, but you've already told us that, hey, if you already told us that telling her is not the right way to go. But then they go back to that in this episode. So the plot of the episode is that a woman named Simone shows up at the Talon and starts to flirt with Clark. He doesn't want anything to do with it until the shiny gem around her neck mind controls him to do so. So, yeah. And Lois catches them making out. And when she says she needs to report it to Lana, Chloe's like, no. We need to figure out what exactly was going on first. That's when they come to the realization that she has that gemstone that might control people. Yeah. The B plot, which is what we start off with in the episode, and you start off this episode, and it starts with Milton Fine in Honduras doing something. And you're like, okay, this is interesting. But it's the B plot. The main plot we follow is the Clark and Lana drama with Simone, where we just keep cutting back to Honduras. And the whole thing with that is that Lex locates Professor Fine in Honduras, confronts him, and believes he is some secret government operative. Really? And he wants to work hand in hand with him for something. There's something with a virus. I don't think they revealed anything really. He's trying to locate samples of this virus for something. We don't know exactly what for yet, but yeah, that's really the only overarching thing that is gonna have any repercussions besides Clark and Lana's relationship here. Yeah, and so like this woman finds Clark, hits on her, and hits on him, mind controls him. He's using his powers in front of her. And it's almost like it was red kryptonite, but it's not, because he's still normal. As Chloe says, if it was red K, you wouldn't be doing your chores. If it was silver K, you'd be so freaked out that stuff was going to kill you or something like that. But so she's mind controlling him. And then it's revealed that she's actually working for Lex Luthor. And he hired her. He's blackmailing her. Because we later find out that she killed her father to get the stone. And so he's blackmailing her to break up Clark and Lana. If that ain't one of the dumbest things, I'm sorry, that's absolutely ridiculous. They're already at a breaking point with their relationship, going back and forth. Do they really need Lex Luthor to push them over the top? And even when the episode ends, it's presented as if, oh, it's going to be okay. Just, Lana understands what happened. Just go talk to her. And, so Lex's plan wouldn't have worked anyway. So it wasn't really needed. You know? And by the way, how does the fact that she was working for Lex never got back to Lana about this? She knows everything about how it was mind control, but doesn't know where it came from? Come on. No. I like how Lex is smart and talks to her over the monitor. I'm like, that's smart. But then he's like, I'll be back in town tomorrow. We can talk then. I'm like, why would you? There's even a point where Lois puts sunglasses on as if that's going to stop them. And then she just has Clark knock her out. And it's funny. She's like, Clark, knock her out. She's like, oh, seriously? And he's like... And then when Martha comes in, she mind controls Martha. I would have liked it if it was a thing where, like, it only controls men. But it has to control everyone for this to work. So she mind controls Martha and say, do whatever you have to make sure she doesn't stop us. Because they're leaving Metropolis. They're leaving Smallville. And, so, yeah, she tries to kill her till Chloe intervenes and then saves the day. And they end up... Well, Lois has to deal with Martha. While Chloe goes to the mansion to deal with Clark. Because now she is going after Lex. Because we need to have a climax in this episode. Like, yeah, he has the blackmail stuff, sure. And she'll never be free if he still has it. But, yeah, she has to finish that. Sure, that makes sense. But, like, this whole thing... Clearly by now, Lex realizes what weakens Clark, right? Like, the whole thing is to break them up and make Clark reveal his secret. And he does, but she doesn't disclose anything about the secret. Oh, he's a wonderful kisser. That's it. So, at one point, he throws him across the thing. And he's like, Clark, you bring mind control. That's how you were able to do that. And I'm like, so, is he actually believe that, or is he saying that so he doesn't tip his hand? Because, I don't know. And it ends up with, she mind controls Lex to kill Chloe. They struggle with the gun. The gun fires off, and just so happens to, lucky shot, hit the stone, the jewel, which breaks the mind control. Oh, Chloe does come in with the kryptonite and subdues Clark, which, again, how does Lex not notice that? It's never really brought up, but yeah, Yeah. And then we get the many, many endings of this episode. Okay? We get a talk where, like I said, Chloe's like, all you gotta do is just talk to Lana. And she knows you're mind control. Just talk to her. And when they meet in the bar, it seems like it's gonna go that way, but then he's just like, I don't love you anymore. I've fallen out of love with you. Because the writers now went back to he cannot tell her his secret. Again, because she's be in danger. But she's already in danger. See, that's another thing with superheroes. Like Spider-Man, in the first Spider-Man movie, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, he's like, well, I can't tell Mary Jane. I can't be with Mary Jane because if people find out my secret, they go after her. They're already going after her. And it's like, I gotta protect Lana. I can't tell my secret. She has been in danger for 4.5 seasons now, and she doesn't know your secret. How is not telling her going to protect her? And if he's going by the whole thing with the episode Reckoning, she still got in the fucking car accident. Even when he didn't tell her his secret. Oh, these writers are frustrating. Why? So no, he breaks up with her. And they try to justify this with another scene where Martha's like, well, did you break up with her because you're protecting her? Or did you break up with her because she's not really the one? Fuck you, writers. Just, no. Trying to justify that. Like, oh, hey, we're telling you, She's not supposed to be the one, so it's okay that they broke up because he's going to end up with Lois. We know that. But you don't need, because every time they get together, immediately they have to try to find a way to make it so they can't stay together. And that's the problem with this will they, won't they relationship. Because we know they won't. So the fact that they keep this going is frustrating. Because we know it's not going to work out. He's going to end up with Lois. But you have to keep that will they, won't they stuff with them. I don't know. At least if you kept someone like Alicia around who knew his secret, they could be a couple, but then admit that it wouldn't work out. You wouldn't have to always have that problem with the Clark and Lana relationship, because every time they get together, like, okay, they're together, but so when are they going to break up? That's what it is. And by the way, he says this is it forever. She's like, if we're done, then we're done forever. Bullshit. Bullshit. Season 7 and 8 disagree with you. Okay? They just can't let go of the Lana thing. Right? They're not ready to move for him to move on to Lois, but they don't want to bring anyone else in, so it's Lana. All the time. Why not try something with him and Chloe at some point? She knows his secret, you know. Doesn't work out. I don't know. Yeah, like I said, it takes forever because it's like you have the conversation, you think that's it. No, we go to Honduras again to show Milton Fine has now clones of himself spreading out to find more of what I assume is the virus. Okay, that's it. No, we go back to the farm to have a conversation between Clark and Martha. Okay, that's it. No, now we go to the mansion and have a conversation between Lex and Lana. Now are we done? Credits? Good. Well, this felt like the Lord of the Rings Return of the King. There's just so many times they could have ended this. And then the conversation between Lana and Lex felt, even though it was only like a couple minutes, but it felt like forever. It's like, to have part of the conversation and you think, okay, like she tells him, oh, we broke up. And that's it. She's like, I wanted you to be the first to know. And I'm like, no, you didn't. The writers wanted him to be the first to know. It makes no sense that she would go straight to him. Chloe's her roommate. Hello? But the writers say she has to go to him. And you think, okay, they hug, and no, they talk, and they talk, and they talk. But relationship shit. And you're just waiting for the episode to end. Because, I don't know, it just feels like they had to fill the runtime with all these extra stuff added to the end. A lot of episodes do that, but they have so many. But this felt like it was just loading it at the end with little scenes. We're running short. Add a bunch of little scenes to it. You know? And all of these could have been the actual end to the episode. The Clark and Lana breaking up could have been the end. Showing via the ship could have been the end. The talk between Clark and Martha could have been the end. And then this one was the end. Was the end of the episode. But it's just, I feel like we're going on forever. An episode that was just meh. Because it was mostly filler and all the stuff that really needed to talk about, really needed to pay attention to, was the Honduras stuff. And that's the B plot. The rest is just filler. I'm ready to move on. See, that's why people complain nowadays about how, the season's only 10 episodes? Come on, you're not going to be able to get... Why? There's less filler in those. Well, you got it. This is a 22 season episode. And the whole back half so far, besides 2 episodes, have been complete filler. Vengeance was a good one to kind of, deal with the trauma of losing Jonathan and all of that. And that's basically the only one. What was the one before this? Cyborg? It was still filler, though. It introduced a new member of the Justice League. They can't say the name. Don't say it. Ooh. Don't say the name. I don't know. One episode in this back half that has really, and I sprinkle a little B plot stuff in there. Like this one has a B plot that is important. But it's relegated to the B plot so that the A plot can be filler. It's not needed. Right? I don't know. Moving on. Next one. What are your thoughts on this episode? Let me comment so much, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.